Her name is Tamika L. Sims. Please say the L. What up?
What's up? And you definitely have to say the L.
Listen,
You gotta say the L.
now we haven't been in this type of situation since about almost 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So 5 years ago, we linked up with an interview.
Yeah.
Well, series of emails and text messages and all that stuff, but then face-to-face an interview. Mm-hmm. And she's been around me ever since. And you guys see her with me. She's went from, just me being a client to working with me on pretty much everything that I do, to being a business partner of mine and just a partner overall. So now, she's coming up on a 1 year anniversary of her newest book, baby, which, I'm going to go out on a limb and say your best book, baby.
Definitely.
Let me show them
Definitely.
The Ink Pen Diva. Truth behind my pen. So listen, right? Ink Pen Diva, I've always fell in love with the Ink Pen Diva from day one. I told her, she was like, I'm in the middle of rebranding, changing. I'm like, I like Ink Pen Diva. I don't like that other stuff. But for everybody else, where did Ink Pen Diva come from?
So that actually was a name that was given to me by one of my social media followers, like right when I first started my business back in 2013. And, of course, I had published my first book in 2011, and this person was like, how is the Ink Pen Diva today? And it just stuck. It just stuck. And I was just like, Ink Pen Diva, that is it. Because I was struggling actually with naming it until I got that, revelation just on a happenstance comment under a social media post that actually became the name of my business. And I think that I have grown into embodying what Ink Pen Diva really is.
So you were trying to change it and you did change it to get right with Tamika. Mm-hmm. What's different now, so many years later than what you was feeling like then? Why did you feel like you needed to get rid of it, and then now being able to come back full circle and it became the name of your book, and then now the world know you again as the Ink Pen Diva? What's changed?
So, initially, Jay, when I was thinking about changing the name, it was because I started to get an influx of male clients. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to be helping men tell their stories, they're not going to want to be saying the Ink Pen Diva helped me. Like, it needed to be, I felt as though it needed to be something just a little bit more formal. But then you came along, you're like, nah, I don't like Get Right with Tamika. I like Ink Pen Diva. And so again, as I was just talking about when I came up with the name of the business, it's actually growing into and embracing what that name really means. Like, Ink Pen Diva is true to me because I've always had a love for writing. I've always had a love of words. Diva is because, your girl, like you said, a grown ass woman. So I've grown into, like embracing all of that as it pertains to who I am. And I bring that same level of energy to my business. And so it's like either, you're going to love me. Do you love me or do you love me not? Because I am who I am, and I am the Ink Pen Diva.
Well, let me tell you something. From what I see, you helped over 250 people write and publish their books. Yep. That tells me somebody loves you. They're loving the hell out of you. And then you've written six of your and you've written 6 of your own books.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on a year anniversary. What's different about this book as opposed to the other one? The process and everything.
The biggest thing about Ink Pen Diva, as opposed to all of my other books, is that this is the story that I didn't think I had.
Wow.
And what I mean by that is people knew me initially for talking about my experience of being in an abusive relationship. And then from there, I went into, trying my hand at fiction, and I published a woman's anthology. And so all of those things, I became known in that space. But I never thought that I had another story to tell. I thought I was finished. And I really have to thank you for the encouragement to actually pushing me to say, no, you have another story to tell, because the story that had not been told was my business and entrepreneurship story. And so, to be honest with those that's watching and listening to us right now, I didn't want to write this book because I was like, nah, I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm helping I've helped so many people, and I put my career as an author on the back burner once I really fully devoted myself to coaching and really helping other people to tell their stories. And so that's really the difference, is embracing the fact that I wasn't finished writing. I wasn't finished telling my story in spite of all of the people that I had helped initially, and I could do both.